What up YouTube, your boy Mistress Scum here today. I've got a little Apple update for you, the UK version today as it is Friday. So just a little before I start with the update, a little up down the Oz airport. Still nothing really too much has changed. Just finishing up on the general markings and what's going to need painting and everything. So as soon as it's ready for paint, I'll record it and I'll put up as an Oz update. But moving on from that, let's crack on with the UK update. So, arriving in from Cairo, we have the beautiful Egypt Air 737-800, and I just love the blue of the tail, and I just generally love the livery. It's very nice and modern. So then on remote, we have the Iberia A321 Neo. This is just arrived. Well, this arrived in from Barcelona, and is kind of the long night stop for the aircraft. So as you can tell, it's got GPU on. There's some few maintenance stairs going on. We've got the caterers decatering because it wasn't done at the gate, and some portable water servicing. So I'll just flip around to the other side. So we've got maintenance steps at the back, maintenance steps at the front. And 2x zoom really doesn't work that well. God, the focus point is terrible. There we go, we have to go quite far away. So, departing, we have the Air France A320. This is heading out to Paris. Interesting, this livery is no longer in the 80 years. It's just the standard white Air France, but I'm a bit scared to custom it and take off the 80 years logo on the base of the Fedex models. Are great. They put like a fine lacquer over the top, so you can't really transfer anything. Like some years are different to some are different to others. It's kind of one of them I don't really want to try because I can just see it smudging everywhere. Because when you feel it, it's just got that kind of silky feeling about it, where it's kind of been covered with some sort of clear coat. Moving on, so probably the first. I think it's the first time we've seen this model on up there. I'm not totally sure. But we have the Oman Air 787. This is heading out to Muscat in a bit, just starting loading. Then we have Virgin Atlantic. This will be heading out to Los Angeles, and it came in from Shanghai. This is 787. Final bags going on that they'll be pushing and starting soon. Next we have a Cathay A350, which is just fueling up, and boarding will commence soon, and that's heading out to Hong Kong. Next, ready for push, we have the Iberia A350. This is heading down to Madrid. So the Iberia service does cover, it's predominantly short haul, it's predominantly narrow body, so either the 320 or 321 will cover it, but the evening flight's always a 350. They seem to put more cargo on it, especially in these current times. So next up we have a Wizz Air A321 Neo. This is the Panda version, not the NG. My phone's hanging right there. So this aircraft is arriving in from Budapest, and Wizz Air, I've got three of their models, so they operate a later service to Bucharest, and there are in talks with trying to get another slot for another aircraft in, so that'd be very interesting to see a few Wizz Airs about. They mainly come in the evening, but the talks are they kind of want whatever slot they can get. So that moves me on to the next airline. So Jet2 737. This is just kind of servicing, and I've just had a quick look at my schedule for where it came in from. So it arrived in from Pula and will be heading out to So the Palmers are always quite late evening now. Well, not all of them. There's some in the morning, some in the evening. So Jet2, of course, in the last update I mentioned they would be interested in getting a third aircraft. So it's still very much going about. They predominantly want another 737 base, but we're trying to sort them out with something. The schedule's just all being updated now. It's all a bit over the place. So I'm just kind of updating the Jet2 schedule, putting them in, and also kind of getting everyone into the summer update, because it's something I couldn't really update previous to summer, because I had no idea where anyone would be flying and what nights. Like TUI sometimes have 2 flights a day, and then other times they'll just have 1. So they're proving to be quite a pain for scheduling. Jet2 are quite good at the moment. They've kind of gone all out with all their routes. And it's very, very nice to see. They're very busy, really, at the moment. They're 2 aircraft, so a third one should go well. Interesting, just to note, the BA Citifly E170, which normally operates the city flights, that's been removed from the base. So the only BA aircraft we have based now is the E190. The 170 does pop in from City, but it's kind of, they've kind of partnership with normal mainline BA with the Heathrow service. So there's never going to, before pre-corona there was 2, so sometimes 2 Heathrow London services on the ground at the same time, one going to Heathrow and one going to City. They've now changed that for more optimism, a bit less flying for them. So the City one will operate when the Heathrow one's not about, which will be the 170, and then the Heathrow service will be mainline, so 320, 321, 319, etc. That's pretty much the update from there. And then in the background, finishing up, in the background we have the Eurowings A320. This is just ready for push. Final few passengers going on, and they'll be heading out to Dusseldorf. So the update's probably not, it hasn't been scheduled for 9 o'clock. I've kind of rushed this morning to get it out, which is actually quite nice, because normally I make it like a week in advance and then have to schedule it to be updated, so it's not completely up to date. So I'll show you, I've been relatively not busy, but getting creative now. So my paper GSE all started with these like little Apple antennae. That's localizer, for example. The blast vent to the back is paper. But I've now discovered from a great website called Diorama. Welcome. Research. It's kind of weird. It's a weird URL. I'll put it in the description though. So it is, bear with me for a second, do apologise. So these stands and everything I've got, oh god, I've just zoomed in, I don't want to zoom in, zoom out. It's all from this website here, which is Paris Airport Diorama, and there is absolutely loads. For example, jetways. You can get paper jetways which look very nice in my opinion. I haven't got any of the jetways because I don't need them. But for example, I have these passenger stairs, and you get all different heights. So you get a low, medium, high and very high, which all supply different heights. So I've got the small, medium, I think I've also got, I think I've got all of them to be honest. The smalls, for example, fit. So the small is what I have on the Jet2 373. Sweated the whiz out. So they're not the perfect height. They're probably, at the back anyway, they're probably a little bit too low. At the front they look okay. These are also, those are small ones. What have I done with the mediums? I did have the mediums bouncing about somewhere. I don't know where I've put them. Over here. So this was really easy. I spoke to guys on Instagram, the same Instagram URL. I think it's Paris Airport Diorama on Instagram. So I'd recommend giving him a follow. Kind of advised me on how to customize these. So the original ones came in what you saw on the website, which was Service Air, and these are, I've kind of customized them into Jet 2 ones. So Jet 2 of course do all their own handling at the airport, so they've now got their own steps, and I can print, customize these, do whatever I want to them for a lot. And I think, what are they? They're €2 per set, per variant. So €2 for small, €2 for high, which you can't go wrong when you're paying what, 20, you can pay up to £20 for a set of Gemini, a Gemini set, which you only get one set of stairs in there anyway, or even, I'll probably say even worse. It's even better in some, it just depends how you look at it. Shapeways 3D printed GSE, which I have got, and you can't fault them. It's very good quality, it's very sturdy, it provides kind of a an in-between. But there's loads of hidden fees you have to take into consideration, especially for UK, because you get your 20% tax and the shipping, the processing and everything. It's not as cheap as it looks on Shapeways. But if you're doing a bulk order, I'd fully recommend Shapeways, because you can get a lot of GSE for half as much as what you'd pay for the equal amount of GSE in Gemini jets or manufactured terms. But I'll probably go and do an independent video on GSE. And also I found out, which isn't on the Paris Airport website, but I got sent it by someone called Fly Bristol on Instagram. They've got a very good airport. I'd recommend them as well. They did some vans. So I think he probably just found the template online, but he put his own little logo on them. So he sent me the little template, and I've kind of, I'm best off going away and zooming in, aren't I? Further away, there we go. So these are the little vans I've got. So these are all paper as well. So for example, these are Fedex maintenance vans. Got a little Fedex logo on the side, and then we have TUI maintenance vans. Little TUI maintenance vans. No, they don't look perfect. They're probably not as nice as the pre-made stuff, but it's a lot cheaper. A pack of the card I used was only like £3 for 30 sheets. And you can get a lot, and believe me, you can get a lot of vans on one sheet. It's very much worth it. I'd fully recommend it if you're making an airport on a budget, which I think a lot of people are. I couldn't recommend paper GSE enough, and I think now the quality is standard that you can print off at. You can make it all yourself, make it all to your own quality. So if you want a high quality one, then you get rid of all the stuff that's doesn't look good enough for you. If you're going for an ultra realistic look, sometimes they look good, sometimes you can tell it's paper, but it's either way, it's very good and very good for the price. So apologies for waffling on there. That was a good solid 5 minute, even 10 minute waffle about paper and paper GSE, but got to help everyone out. So thank you very much for watching the airport update. I hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, check all the descriptions for kind of just GSE and all kinds of bits and bobs. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Okay guys, adios and goodbye.